Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So news we're looking at today is from Skyweaver. Skyweaver, a trading card game. It's been in development, goodness me, 2 years now, pretty much. It's been in a sort of closed sort of testing phase for, again, well over a year, I think. But all things come to those who wait, I suppose. So it's going soft launch. So next week, Thursday, 25th of November, the soft launch happens. What does that mean? Well, it's sort of a few important things. The first thing is that so far people have been playing the game. I've played it actually not very much at all. I've done some videos about it, you know, it's a trading card game. People have been playing it. People have been sort of ranking in leaderboards, and at this point, they've been doing it for sort of testing purposes. So basically, anything that happens in the game is sort of going to be wiped. So those are sort of like test accounts. Although people who have ranked on the leaderboards are going to then, when the thing goes live on mainnet, they are going to get some NFT rewards. So basically, you know, the stuff you've been doing up to this point is pretty much going to be wiped away, but some achievements will be sort of credited to you. So that's sort of the interesting thing here. Actually, we can see here, there's like a little thing saying here. So what's interesting now, when it goes into mainnet, that means that the economy launches. So everything that happens at that point is recorded on the blockchain, and then thus is, you know, the whole point of a blockchain is immutable. So stuff that starts happening from the 25th, games played from the 25th of November are all recorded, and all that sort of stuff is live. It can't be wiped away. That is the real deal. Although obviously, changes are still going to happen. So it's not like the game is sort of finished. The things like it says levels, XP, season ranks, placements, stats, unlocked base cards, that all stuff is permanent. So that's sort of an important thing. You know, that's basically, you know, the last sort of stage before at some point we'll get to open beta, which means the game will be available to everyone. So at this point, the game is not available to everyone. It's going live, should point out, on the Polygon network. So it's a game's based on Polygon, running on the Polygon blockchain. So it's still not open to everyone. We'll get onto that a little bit in a minute. So it says here, yeah, you still require a beta access code to play during soft launch, and you can sort of get one of those. But if you are on the other important thing is if you are already on the sort of what the term is, I'll find it down here. If you're already sort of on the wait list, they will start allowing more people in. So that's the other sort of key thing. Let's just kind of work our way through some of this stuff. So Skyweaver is interesting in the sense that you don't own the cards. So if you own cards on a blockchain, then it becomes very difficult to sort of rebalance the game and nerf and buff stuff, which you need to do all the time. This is what games like Gods Unchained are sort of dealing with at the moment, because they've got everything on chain. So what Skyweaver has done is their NFTs are rewards. So you get these sort of gold, silver sort of cards, and they're more valuable because they're obviously sort of NFT items you can trade, but they don't give you any additional sort of gameplay advantage. That they are just sort of, you know, they are proof that you earned them, and then obviously or proof that you bought them, I suppose. So it'd be interesting to see how that works out. You know, that's a sort of you know, I think that removes some of the sort of speculative elements of the game, but also sort of limits the market to some degree, because you're buying sort of speculative stuff, but you're buying aesthetic stuff. It's not like buying a cool skin in the game. You're buying sort of cards. So there is, I think, a limitation there. We'll see what happens. Obviously, you know, that's the point of putting these things live. We'll find out sort of what people want. It's kind of worth checking this stuff out. So that, yeah, as they say here, they've got over a quarter of a million people have signed up to their beta wait list. So during this point, when they're into soft launch, everyone will get invited in. So that's kind of interesting. Obviously, that's suddenly, you know, probably not all these people are gonna play, but suddenly that is definitely a lot more people than have been playing Skyweaver up to this point. So that's interesting. That sort of stress tests the game to some degree, and also sort of gets this economy sort of up and running. So yeah, there is obviously all the sort of walleting stuff, which is sort of it has its own sort of walleting system that you can sort of build into there. Obviously during the test, they've been using this basically sort of fake currency. So in soft launch, you're going to switch into UDC, which is the Circle stablecoin. So that'll be proper sort of proper blockchain money then, and that's the basic. That's how things are going to be valued. So it hasn't got its own token. It's using a stable coin, so that's good. There is a gas fee. Okay, there is a gas fee, but you won't have to pay them at the moment, it looks like. So yeah, during the soft launch, the developer is covering gas fees. At some point, if you're on the Polygon blockchain, you will need some Matic. Matic is the cryptocurrency for the Polygon blockchain. So at some point, you may need to use that for gas fees. And then sort of here we go. The game is now sort of entering a more open phase, and we'll sort of see what happens. It's sort of, in a sense, it's sort of good timing, I think, for Skyweaver, in the sense that over the last 2 years, not a lot's been going on in blockchain game space. At the moment, obviously, quite a lot is going on in the blockchain game space. So it'd be interesting to see how people like this. It's not a sort of classic play to earn game. I mean, there may be ways of earning stable coins and stuff if there's competitions. I don't know. But basically, it doesn't have its own token. It has, as I say, aesthetic NFTs. So they will have to some degree value, but they're not necessarily going to be going for $1 million. So that will maybe, for people who just kind of sort of really into games and a bit worried about the speculative parts of blockchain, then this might be sort of a good sort of first step. So here we go. The top 500 players on both leaderboards will get one of these Golden Doom Shroom and a Gold Starfield. So these are the sort of cards that will be exclusive to the Season 1 winner. So if you're a top 500 player in the game at the moment, that's sort of the reward you'll get. So we'll be able to see how much these sort of cards start going for. I'm not going to go for all this. I'll put it in the show notes below. So there's a whole bunch of stuff about economy if you want to look into that. But yeah, if you're interested in trading card games, worth checking out. If you're interested in blockchain games, also I think worth checking out. Skyweaver is taking a slightly different approach to what it's doing here, and different approaches are always interesting. So there we go. 25th of November. You can check it out from there. And get yourself on the wait list if you're not already. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World, tracking out what's going on in this crazy sector. So please subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching.